Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is Creative Paper Studio and I am your host, Cassie. So I know I'm like, 18 days late on this, but I finally decided to jump on the bandwagon with the Tracie Fox Creep on June. So that's what I've decided to do. I have my whole little bin here of stuff. I haven't cut these out yet. These are the daily things. I haven't cut those out yet, but I have like the background papers printed, and then I have most of the ephemera cut out, but not quite all of it. We'll see what I end up using. But today I thought, since I'm starting a new project, I would come on here and share it with you guys. And I have kind of an idea in my head. I've watched a lot of the creators make, their own things and stuff. And I've gotten a lot of cool ideas, but I didn't exactly want to do exactly what somebody else is doing. So I loved Tracie's idea on her box that she was making, and she was putting like the deed to the house and the picture and the keys and all that in there. But I didn't want to copy her idea by getting a box and doing the same thing. So I'm going to, essentially, what I'm going to try to do is make a journal that is a box. So what I mean by that is the journal is going to fold up in such a way that it's completely closed, looks like a box, and will have a closure on the side of it, like a little latch, like a box does. So I've never made one of these. I don't even have a prototype or anything. So we're just going to wing it, and we're going to go with it and see what happens. So, I buy my chipboard in huge sheets, so I've already cut my chipboard down so you guys didn't have to watch me fight with that. Y'all know how to cut chipboard. So you're going to need two pieces that are 9 inches tall by 6 inches wide. Now that's going to be our front and our back cover. Then you're going to need a spine. I'm making mine 2.5 inches wide by 9 inches tall. And then you're going to need 4 extra pieces. So you're going to need 2 pieces that are 6 inches wide by 2.5 tall, or however wide you make your spine. These pieces need to be 6 inches wide by however tall, or however wide your spine is how tall these 2 pieces need to be. Then you need 2 more pieces that are 9 inches long, and then together equal how wide your spine is. So my spine is 2.5 inches wide, so half of 2.5 is 1.25, or 1 inch and a quarter. So together this is 2.5 inches apart. It's 1 inch and 1 1/4 inch. So those are the pieces we're going to need. So at first, we're going to just kind of put this together like we would any journal. I'm going to use a little bit of washi to help me hold these in place temporarily. I just cut all my nails off yesterday, so bear with me here. Like I said, I'm just using the washi as a temporary hold. Now, when you're putting your journal together, as most of you already probably know, you want to leave a gap in between your spine and your cover. That way it has room to move. Okay, my pieces don't look like they're exactly square, but I'm gonna go with it. And like I said, I'm just using the washi tape as a temporary hold to hold it together. So I've got that. Then what I want to do is I want to attach one of our pieces that is 9 inches tall by whatever half of our spine is to this side. Again, just using the washi tape as a temporary hold. Oh, don't move. Stay where you're supposed to be. All right, so I've got that there. Then I'm going to take the other one and put it on this end. And I'm trying to keep my gaps about the same so that everything lines up. Like I said, I've never made one like this before, and I didn't make a prototype, so we're just gonna wing it and see what happens. So then your two pieces that you have left, you've got your 6 inches wide by 2.5 tall. Those are just going to go at the top and bottom of either this side or this side. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. Like I said, I haven't made one of these, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it turns out the way I think it should, or the way I'm envisioning it in my head. Alrighty, so now I'm going to put this one up here. I'm just going to turn this so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, put this here again, leaving that little bit of a gap. And putting it in place with our tape. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Hopefully that's all in frame and you guys can see that. So now what I'm going to do is I have this paper joint tape. It's for sheetrock. I'm just going to take it. It's already scored in the middle for me, so that is nice. But I'm going to take this and I am going to make it the width I need it and just put it on all these joints to, you know, strengthen it. So I'm just going to line it up and then use my scissors to give it a rough cut. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then, like I said, it's already scored in the middle for you. So I'm then just going to take my glue, and I'm just using my art glitter glue. Okay, that's just a tad bit long, so I'm just going to snip a little off. And then I'm going to glue this. And then I'm just going to make sure I get that crease where my joint is, and then just glue that down. And that's what we're going to do for all of our joints. Okay? So, I do apologize if you can hear my furnace, my air conditioning just kicked in, so I apologize about that. But, you know, it is what it is. It's part of life, right? With our heat index and stuff, it's supposed to be like, feel like 100 degrees here today. It's crazy. But we really can't complain because we've been really fortunate. It's been, you know, below average temps, and, you know, we didn't have that bad of a winter, but oh my goodness, we've had so much rain lately. I mean, we needed the rain, but don't think we needed that much right. Okay. So I'm not going to attempt to fold any of these yet because I want them to dry and adhere. So now I'm going to take my book this direction, and we're going to join all of these together. So basically, you know, you've seen people use Tyvek and things like that to strengthen their spine on their book and that. That's essentially what I'm doing with this sheetrock paper stuff. I found this at Goodwill for like $1.99, so I picked it up and I'm like, I could use that to strengthen my journals. So we're giving it a try. Okay. Got that. Now we need this one. And like I said, these don't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the exact length. Just kind of close. So I hope everybody is happy and well and able to get some crafting in today. Like I said in my video I just posted the other day, I know I've been MIA for a while, but you know, life happens. Life gets in the way sometimes. And I am a stay-at-home mom. And I have, you know, my fur babies and stuff. But my son is getting ready to turn 18 now. And he has graduated high school. And so I'm hoping I can have some more time to do what I want to do. Granted, I am looking for a part-time job outside of the home now, so there's that. But hopefully I'll be able to do more recording and stuff, and at least get a couple of videos released each week. I don't think I'll be able to do like every day releases, but we'll see what happens. Okay. So I've got one more here. I have no idea yet what I want to cover my cover with. But I do know I have to do the outside before I do the inside because I have that latch I want to put on here. And I want to be able to hide the brads with whatever I cover the inside of my book with. So, we'll figure it out. This is what you call crafting by the seat of your pants. Because I did not plan anything other than how I wanted to put my book together. And I don't even know if that's going to work. So, don't forget, put your pen back in your glue when you're done so it doesn't clog up. Okay. I think we're done with the jointer tape. So, this is how it's going to look when you're done. It's going to look kind of weird. And this is your spine, so let's just kind of make sure all these are going to fold. Okay. 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 So, what I'm thinking is it's going to come together like so. And then there's going to be a latch here to hold this together. And then it'll just sit like that. And then you can open the box and then everything will be inside. So far it's looking good. Let's see. What do I want to do next? I need to figure out what I want to cover it in. So I have no idea what I want to cover it in, so I'm going to pause and figure that out, and it may take me a half an hour or so to figure it out, but it'll only be a moment for you, so I'll be right back. Okie doke. So I have here some, it's just rust-dyed fabric, cotton, linen. I think it was, I don't know, an old sheet or something, and I rust-dyed it. So I figured this would be a nice neutral background that I can glue this to and then just decorate on top however I want. Oops. Look at me knocking stuff over and turning lights off. So I'm gonna get rid of this salvage edge over here. I just love a good fabric that rips nicely. Okay, so I don't have a lot of room on my desk here, but we're gonna make this work. I am going to glue this down in such a way, hopefully you guys can see this, that I have about a half of an inch to an inch on all sides, and then I'll come in and just kind of trim this up. That way I can just kind of fold it in where it needs to be folded in. So I'm going to flip this over now, and I'm going to use my fabric tack for this. Maybe I'm thinking, hold on, fabric tack might show through. Anyway, I'll just have to spread it with my fingers and get all goopy gooey. Okay, so we're gonna have to work quick. I'm gonna start on this side. You're gonna want to make sure you get a good amount of glue by your hinges or your creases or your joints, wherever your book's coming together. Make sure you get a good amount of glue on either side so that your fabric will stay down, and when you open and close your book, it won't like buckle, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So I'm just putting on a healthy amount of glue. There's no science to this other than making sure on either side of your hinge you have plenty of glue. And I may come back when this is dry and stitch around it. I haven't decided yet, but I am the queen of sewing. I love to sew on my projects. I just love the look of it. I think it gives it a more finished professional look, maybe. Okay, so I've got the first 3 parts glued, so I'm going to flip this over, get it lined up how I want it, and drop those pieces down. I think about right there is okay. So now I'm just going to snip down here and rip this extra off the end. That way I'm not fighting with a big piece of fabric in my way. And I know that was way out of camera and you guys probably did not see that, but I just snipped it with my scissors and cut it. So make sure I give this a good press. And like I said, this is just the base layer, so if a little bit of glue shows through, it's not going to be the end of the world because I am going to decorate it. So see, I do have some glue showing through there, but like I said, I'm not too concerned because more than likely I will decorate over it with some papers or something. Okay, so I'm going to fold this part back, and then I'm going to glue this side and then press my fabric down here. Again, making sure I get plenty of glue on either side of my joints. So, summer is getting ready to start. The 20th is the first day of summer. Anybody got any exciting summer vacation plans? I don't have any exciting vacation plans. But the water circus is in town, and I'm trying to talk my husband into taking me to go see it, because doesn't that just sound like fun? I've never been to a water circus. I hear that it's like a lot of tightrope walking, acrobatic type stuff, and I just think that that would be really cool to experience in person. Like, I've seen stuff like that on TV, like for America's Got Talent and all that stuff, but I just think it'd be really cool to see in person. So they're actually setting up their tent today. My husband had to take his sister to therapy, and he called me. He's like, they're setting up the tent for the water circus. I'm like, yeah. I really want to go. He knows I really want to go. My mom even sent me the thing. She found it on Facebook and she sent it to me in Messenger, and she's like, look at this. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I want to go. So, we'll see. We were supposed to go to the races on this past Saturday. Today's Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? Yeah, today's Tuesday. And this last Saturday we were supposed to go to the races, and they were doing Smash-A-Rama, which was like, you know, figure 8 race, and they were gonna have the monster trucks there and stuff, and the Mama Jet car. And the Mama Jet car, she flings fire, out her backside, and it's pretty cool. She can like melt an entire school bus. So all I'm going to do now is come in here with my scissors, and I should be using better scissors than these, and I'm just going to trim this so that I have, you know, just a little bit sticking out from where all the stuff is. Now, if I'm able to cut it and rip it, that would be great too, but like I said, just leave like a 1/2 inch to 1 inch so you can fold it up and wrap it around. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's not going to be seen in the end. and I do apologize, but I'm probably off camera, but this is a pretty big cover. So this side I can just rip because it's just going to go straight across. There we go. And I got to do this corner. Save all your little threads too. Don't throw those away. Those are good for like when you're layering and making clusters and things like that. So keep your threads when you rip your fabric. But anyway, yeah, we were supposed to go to the races, but the chances of rain like kept increasing, and they said that if they were able to do half of their show, that we wouldn't be able to get like a rain check or anything like that, that it was just what it was. So my husband's like, I don't want to chance it, especially when it's, you know, $23 a ticket per person. And he's like, yeah, I just don't want to chance it, because if they're able to get, you know, half of their show done, then they won't reimburse us or, you know, hold the show at another time. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I understand that. So it was a bummer. It seems like every time we plan to go to that, it always rains. So, I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so to ensure my corners stay covered, I'm going to put a little bit of glue here, and then I'm just going to fold my corner in, like so. Just to, you know, I saw somebody do this online, and I'm like, hey, that's a good idea, because I always try to miter my corners, you know, cut them, and then I always have stuff sticking out. So it's like, that don't work for me. But this ensures that your corner will be covered. So I'm just going to go around and do that. And again, they don't have to be perfect, because it will end up being most likely covered anyway. And again, I apologize for the late start on, you know, this whole creep on June stuff, but I didn't know if I wanted to do it or not, and I was working on other projects, well, another journal, and I just didn't know if I wanted to do it or not. And then I finally decided, well, hey, yeah, it looks pretty cool, people are doing neat stuff with it, I might as well give it a go. Okay, so now that I have all my corners tucked, I'm going to just go around and glue, fold these in and glue them. So, and I'm just using my art glitter glue. You could use tacky glue, you could use your Fabri-Tac, it really doesn't matter. Get her glued down somehow. And then make sure you get a little bit of glue here where that overlaps on itself. Okay, I'm going to do the easy ones first. So all the ones that are straight, not dealing with the corners yet. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to do the corners, but we'll figure it out. When I mean corners, I mean like these corners here, those. We'll probably just like cut it at an angle or something. Again, making sure I get the end where the fabric is flipped over on itself. And you know, I might even go back and put some book corners on these. On all of them, you know. That might be cool. Might look pretty neat, maybe. I know, I'm saying I don't know a lot in this video, but I really don't, because I didn't plan this. I'm just going for it. And I plan on working on it pretty non-stop, you know. I gotta get caught up. Everybody's like 18 days ahead of me or something like that. What's today's date? The 18th? Yeah, yesterday was the 17th, so today's the 18th. So yeah, everybody's like on day 18 and I'm on like day 1. I did make the folio that she made in the very beginning with the freebies that she gave away. But like, I didn't like it. I didn't like how it turned out. So I took all my pieces out of it and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gonna do something different. So the case file and everything's got to go in here. So this, I'm just going to cut it into the corner and then we'll just fold it in. See what happens. So see how that makes like a nice covered corner there because I folded that in. Okay, now let's get this one. And this is going over a joint right there, so if you wanted to, you could snip your fabric there as well at the joints just to make it a little less bulky, which I think I'm going to do. So for that, you just snip. I snip it at an angle and just kind of cut this piece out. And then you don't have to worry about your spine right there getting too bulky. Alrighty. This is going pretty smooth. I'm pretty happy with the way it's turning out so far. We'll see if I'm happy when we turn it over and look at the front side. Alrighty, so let's get over here. Oh, I got this corner down here to do. So again, I'm just going to trim it up to there. A little bit of glue here, a little bit of glue here. Flip this up like so. Okay. And then do this one. This hasn't taken very long to put this cover together. I'm surprised because I figured I'd be making all kinds of mistakes and stuff. Alrighty. I think I need to cut this just a bit more maybe, so it folds right. Okay, let's get this corner. And I'm not using the sharpest scissors, so it doesn't really want to cut right. That's okay. We've come this far. So what I would like to do really is get my YouTube channel here up to 1,000 subscribers so I can do lives and stuff. My friend Joy over at JJ with Joy, she's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. Just look JJ with Joy and you'll find her. She reached 1,000 subscribers. I'm so proud of her. She has worked so hard, and I was like, I was giving up hope because, you know, like, it never worked for me. No matter how much I did on my channel and stuff, it just wasn't getting there. And she, you know, it has inspired me to get back to it and try. So here I am. You know, you just kind of get, not really burnt out, but you get discouraged because you're trying to reach a goal and it seems like you're never going to hit that goal. But I'm at just under 500 subscribers right now. And so, you know, I think with a little bit of persistence, I could get there. So, if you would, you know, share my video, get my channel out there, tell your friends, all that fun stuff, I would definitely appreciate it. Because I'd rather, you know, I don't like this whole recording the video and editing the video and then uploading the video and making sure everything's right, and it's just too much. I'd rather just go live and chit chat with you guys and it be what it is. You know, videos are a lot easier to make when you have someone to interact with. Like in JJ with Joy, we'll go live together sometimes, and those lives are so much more fun than if we were to do the lives by ourselves, you know. It's just because it's a two-way conversation instead of a one-way conversation. Okay. So, pardon me, I need a drink. Cheers, y'all. Good old 0 sugar Minute Maid fruit punch. That stuff's good. If y'all haven't tried it, you should. The 0 sugar Minute Maid juices, they are so good. Hold on, trying to get the pen and my glue. So if your glue does this and you can't exactly get your pen all the way down, instead of forcing it and bending your pen, just do a little bit at a time and eventually it'll go all the way in. So, rub some of this glue off my fingers and let's take a look. So, not too bad. A little bit of glue seepage here on the spine and stuff, but that's okay. Now, do I want this as the front or do I want this side as the front and have these over here? Okay, so if I do like so. So see, it's gonna create, these are gonna fold up and then this is gonna fold like so. And then you're gonna have your two hinges that come in together here, and then I'm gonna have a latch right here. And then it's gonna create like this box. And it'll just sit on your shelf and look like a box or something. Ain't that cool? But I'm thinking I might put book corners here, 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 and here. And I think that might be cool. But we have to cover the inside of this first. We need our little hingy piece. And before we put too much hardware on, I want to figure out what we're doing on the inside. So, let's see here. What do I got? Let's get this out of the way. And let's see what we got for our pieces. So the first thing I need to do is I need to get my case file back together. So those pieces are in here somewhere. So we've got that, and there's that piece, and I've got this, and I've got that, and then we've got these, and I think that's it. Okay, putting that stuff back. Okay, so this is some stuff that I made for my case file folio thing, but I didn't like. So in my book, this guy is Carl Edwards, The Investigators. This guy is Ernest Brundle. And then, of course, Dorothy Blakely. She's the only female, so she's Dorothy. And then, my goodness, I have so much glue on my fingertips now. And then we've got like the theater tickets and the London Town first class tickets. And then I've got the Lower Craftley map. And then I've got the letter to Mr. Bender and to Miss Tatting. These are the letters where she wrote into her boss, Mr. Bender, saying that she was unfortunately leaving the company due to her health issues that have arisen from working there, and this is his letter back to her. And then this is just the story, the case report. And then here, this is Committee of Psychological Investigators or whatever. And then I made little ID cards for each one of the investigators, and I've just kind of placed these inside here like so, and then just kind of paper clipped it. And then this is supposed to be like the deed of the house, so I printed this onto tracing paper. And then in the video where Tracie Fox shows this as her freebie, she went around with a red pen and just kind of underlined some things and stuff like that. And I thought it looked really cool, so I went ahead and did that to mine. So, let's see here. Maybe we should make like a flip out right here and make like a flip out of maybe a file folder or something, and then make it like a case file right here. I think that would be fun. Let me get some supplies together and I will be right back. Okie doke, I am back, and I got some hardware, y'all. So, I have picked out 8 book corners because I said I wanted to put some book corners on these. I also picked out some of these flat book corners. I got 4 of those that I'm thinking I might use on the front. I think those might look kind of cool on the front. And then I have a couple different latches. So I'm not sure which one I want to use. One's a little more fancy than the other. So this one looks like that. And then that one looks like that. So I really like this one, but it just, we'll see which one works best for it. And this one also comes with screws and some brads. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll just set those aside for later. But, so I have, not a bunch, but I've got quite a few of these green hanging file folders. And these just scream, you know, back in the day, whatever. So I think what I'm going to do is just cut this part off. I love this part of it, you know, with the holes and stuff, but it's glued, and sometimes it can be pretty finicky to get it like unstuck and all that, so I'm just going to cut it off. And then on this side we can cut this off as well. So sorry. Didn't mean to knock you guys and take you for a ride. So anyway, if you guys could, down below, leave me a comment. Let me know, how long do you like videos to be? Do you like the videos to be, you know, an hour long, a half hour long? Would you prefer me to just keep going and maybe craft for a couple hours? Or, I mean, I know it's hard to watch those longer videos sometimes, so just leave me a comment down below on what you prefer, and you know, based on what everybody says, I'll try to adapt my videos to that way, you know, it's easier for you guys. So now that I have that, I'm gonna get my cutter, and I'm going to make sure that this side is straight-ish. Okay. Just a little sliver off the end there. And then we need it to be 9 tall, because our book is 9 inches tall. So I'm just gonna go a little under 9 inches, because we want to leave room for our flaps to be able to come in. Okay, so this is like 2 lines under 9 inches. And then our thing is 5.5 or 6 wide. So I'm going to go I'm gonna go 5 3/4. Okay, 5 3/4. So this is what I've got. And this I'm going to cut down. So we're gonna go, and well, I'll give it 1 inch. So the back page we're gonna cut off at 1 inch. So this is what we have. We have a front cover with a gusset, or with a hinge of 1 inch wide. And I'm going to go ahead and trim these down so that they don't stick out. or interfere with anything. And then I am going to grab my envelope punch board. And I'm going to make a tab on this. Okay, so there's that. Let's make it 3 inches. Yeah, let's make it 3 inches. Okay. So now is where I'm going to need my little cutting mat, a little craft knife, and a ruler with a metal edge, or a metal ruler. And I am just going to, so I'm lining it up down here with this and with this. And then I'm just going to do a straight cut. So now we have our tab. And then I'm going to bring this back in with my envelope punch board, line this up in the center, give it a punch, and then it gives us that file folder shape. Easy peasy. Okay. I'm not going to worry about fighting with that and putting that back. Okay, so close your knife, put it away. So I want this here, and see how I gave it just a little bit of room on each side? That way our box flaps can come up and in. So this will be here like this. And then we'll do something fun on like the inside or something. Also, we'll have this here. I'm thinking that I would like to have that there. And then, do I want to put that through there, or do I want to put this here? I'm not sure. What do you guys think? See, this is why I wish I was live and, you know, actually had y'all there watching me as I'm doing this, because y'all could give me your opinions. So, I mean, I have an extra file folder that I could back this on like so, and then like put it here and use this as like a pocket maybe. Let's mark this. Where's my pencil? There's my pencil. Okay, I'm gonna mark that there. And I'm gonna give it a little chop chop. Okay. And then I'm going to bring my punch board back in because I have an idea. Got an idea, guys. I got an idea. I am going to... here, let's do it this way. So 2 inches in, I'm going to punch a hole, flip it over, line it up at the 2 inches, punch a hole, and then I'm going to do my corners, and that is just by doing a half and a half, flip it over, do a half here and half there. Okay, so get rid of these, bring this and this and this, and this back in. Okay, so on the other one I made a tab. On this one I'm going to make the indentation. So I'm just going to line this up with the bottoms of that, and then we're just going to and get rid of that. Okay, so then this will be on here. I should have made that a little bit bigger. But when you take this and flip it up, you'll be able to see all that. Okay. So now I gotta take this off of here so that I can measure where my holes are gonna be. So I'm just winging it, okay? Get my fancy tool out, and then punch that hole, punch that hole. Okay, so this is now going to come up through this piece. Then we're going to put our story on, or our case file. Put this piece back on. Fold you in, slide you over, fold you down, slide you guys there. Okay. I like that. It hangs over the side a little bit here, but that's okay because it's showing this a little bit more, and it's going to show that that's a pocket. So we're going to take this and glue it in here like so, or do we want it at the bottom? I think I'm going to put it at the bottom, and then we can put something decorative up there. Maybe like turn this into a ticket or a label or something and put it there, and then put like Craftly Hall on there or something. So if I do that, I need it to be a little bit smaller. We'll go there. Let me get out my little trimmer. Well, one of my little trimmers. Here we go. We'll use this one. Okay, where's my mark? There's my mark. I found it. Okay. So there's that. And I like the length of it. So I am just going to cut my corners. And I'm just using a little old hole punch. It's not perfect, but we can put this there and put like Craftly Hall or something on it. And then we'll glue this here, like so. I like that. But I'm not going to glue this down yet because I don't know what I'm putting on it. And I'm sure I'm going to want to like stitch around it or something. And I don't want to glue this on yet because I think it would be easier to glue this to the book. That without this on it. So I think that's it for my video right now. I will probably continue working on this today and record some more videos, but I have a couple of things I need to figure out first because I'm gonna have to cover this. Here, let's move this out of the way while I talk. I'm gonna have to cover this part right here before I glue our flap in, because this just has to be covered. And in order to do that, I have to figure out what hinge I want to put on here and get my hinge in here first. So I think in the next video, we will do our hinge and paper the inside of this, or do whatever over here. We'll have to do here and here after I put the hinge in. Yeah, so that's what we'll do in the next video. I think this one's maybe a little over an hour long or so, which I think is pretty good for right now. Again, like I said, leave it down in the description box below what your guys' preferences are for videos. Do you want a half-hour long, an hour long? Do you not care how long they are? You know, just let me know down below. Remember to give this a thumbs up, share it if you want to, and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, keep it crafty, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.